위쳐 제작진이 만든 게임 있거든요. 그거 플레이 영상 나와가지고 그거 하나 보고. 흡혈귀 게임. 이 플레이 영상이 오늘
My
떴더라고.
name is Daniel Sadowski and I'm the design director at Rebel Wolves. I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe. The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part of one of the mid-game quests. It's a really cool story involving legendary swords and a haunted almshouse, but today we'll focus on
아직
showcasing
그래픽은
our
덜 다듬었나
gameplay
보다.
systems.
저번에 위쳐4
We're starting on the
시연에
outskirts
보다가
of
이거 보니까 뭔가
Sparta,
그래픽
the
좀
game's
아쉬운데.
largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here, we could head anywhere the eye can see, explore ancient ruins or sabotage vampire blood transports. But it's not just about where or when you go. It's also about how you approach the main
얘는
quest and
데이워커네요.
shape the
흡혈귀인데
story,
낮에도 돌아다닐 수
making
있네.
each playthrough uniquely your own. For now, we're following the road. Cohen is on his way to the city's cathedral, chasing leads about a powerful weapon said to be hidden in its crypts. But first, we'll have to deal with some bandits who camped out by the main road. Traveling through Vale Sangora is never boring. The world is
랜덤
dense
인카운터다.
with quests,
산적만
random
나왔는데.
encounters, and locations steep in lore. This will be a great opportunity to show you our combat system. Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies. We'll begin this fight by using acrid dust
아니,
to stun one of the enemies. Now,
눈에다
when you attack,
뿌려버리는데요?
you choose one of 4 directions. Up, down, left,
아,
or right, in order to
배브처럼
hit the opponent
배너로드처럼
where he's
위아래
able to
이렇게 해야
parry.
되나 봐요.
And similarly, when defending,
아.
you have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction of the attack.
여기 보면
On the
이제
left
공격할
side
때
of the
위로
screen,
화살표
just
뜨죠.
above
그죠?
Cohen's health, you
밑으로
have
뜨고 옆으로
activation
뜨고 저렇게.
charges that will be filled in with each successful attack,
아,
block, and
전투가
parry.
확실히 재밌겠네.
Once they are full, you can use one of the active abilities which allow
여기
you to
보면은
take a more
보이잖아.
tactical
딱
approach to fighting.
세모로 그죠? 위로
We
막아야
started the
되고
fight by
공격해야
throwing
되고
some
이런 거.
acrid dust. And now let's cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils the enemy's blood and burns their skin, dealing physical damage over time. Alright,
확실히
time to
위쳐
finish this
살짝
fight.
느낌 난다.
Let's use the final
포아너랑
activation
약간
charge to cast
포아너보다는
the artery attack, which actually decapitated the last opponent.
위쳐 느낌도
Our
나고
hero
포아너 느낌도
quickly
나고
dispatched the
베너로드
bandits,
느낌도
so
나고.
let's loot a few items they've left behind and open the inventory.
일단은 부입하게 있는 게 너무 마음에 듭니다. 그죠?
First of all, let's replenish
아,
our health by
인벤창이
eating
좀-
something. And then take a closer look at
너무-
this cool-looking weapon
너무-
we just picked up.
인벤창이 좀 아쉽네요. 개인적으로.
It has better stats
거의
than our
뭐
current
어쌔신
weapons,
크리드류,
so
그죠?
let's equip it right now. We've also leveled
같지
up,
않습니까?
so let's use this opportunity to spend the newly acquired skill
네,
point
그랬지.
in one of Cohen's
저번에
skill
영상 처음
trees.
봤을 때 휴먼 스킬 따로
The
있고
skills in the
뱀파이어
Blood of
스킬 따로 있을
Dawnwalker are
거라고.
divided into 3 trees. One for human, one for vampire, and one shared between the two. We also have an active abilities panel. We can use it to unlock additional abilities to use
뭔가
during combat.
질감이 어쌔신 크리드 고대 시리즈
Note
보는 거
that during the day, the health bar is not regenerating. You need to find consumables like the one we've just eaten. The hexes we've just used also consume some of Cohen's health. Be aware of that. The way our magic system works, there's always a price to pay for manipulating reality. But we can make it sting a bit less. Let's level up the Frugal Witchcraft skill, so next time we'll cast a hex, it'll consume fewer of Cohen's health points. Now that we've wrapped up the encounter with the bandits, we can be on our way to get inside the city. Right now, Cohen hasn't done enough to ruffle the Vampire Lord's feathers, so the gods will just wave us through. But the more damage you cause, the more suspicious and aggressive they'll become. So when you play the game yourself, you'll have to decide whether you want to challenge the vampires openly, or lay low until you're ready to strike and surprise them.
It's even bigger than I remembered. And it's grander than before. They're putting in new stained glass. The Kniaz doesn't deny the old faith.
Out of my face.
This is the rich district of the city, Silberkreis. There's also Altenmarkt, Neustadt, and the Middens. Each of the boroughs has its own feel and character.
Get your stinking ass out of here.
I was just
아 이런 거 보면은 약간 킹덤 컴이 확실히 좀 사람 사는 느낌
and sat down and
잘
started.
주긴 했네.
Looming
이거는 좀
high
긴
over the
느낌
city
나지
is
않습니까?
Francis's
어설픈
castle.
느낌이랑. 아, 이게 만드는
Right.
중이라서 그렇겠죠?
He took it over when he slaughtered the human ruler of the valley, Skender, as shown in the trailer we shared with you earlier in January this year. In order to complete the main quest and save your family, you'll have to storm the castle, alone or with help of friendly NPCs. We could do it right now if we wanted,
그런 걸로 알고 있습니다.
but
위쳐
it
제작진이
would
나와서
be
처음
super
만드는
challenging.
No more drink for you, my friend. Go home.
Oh, let me. I just want to. Oh, let me in.
You made a mess, and it's
막
not
노하우
that
좀
kind
쌓일
of
때까지
it.
기다려야 되나?
Let's check the map. The cathedral is really close. There's plenty of
지도는
other
마음에
places
든다.
to see and things to do here. A couple of inns, a medic, a blacksmith, an armorer, and other merchants.
아이콘 많은 게 살짝.
Fucking hell.
You can see that not only the vampires came out of the shadows.
이제 이런 걸
This creature
보여주면서
on
이제
the
점점
right is
투자받는
called
거죠.
an uriash. Look around, especially at night, and you'll learn humans have lots to fear, not just the vampires. And here we can see guards pounding on some poor guy's doors.
What is it about? Disrespecting the Kniaz, singing songs that mocked him and the faith.
Who told you this nonsense? Was it Livia?
It's just one of many different community scenes we're implementing in the game. Watch them closely when you play, as they might point you to new quests and hidden treasures, or signal changes in the game's world.
Once again, I humbly beg of thee.
I humbly.
Ouch!
I don't want to say it more.
It's a prayer. It's what we have to say. Go on.
I humbly beg of thee, protect.
오, 성성.
Okay, we are at the cathedral gates. Again, since Cohen isn't yet wanted by the vampire regime and it's daytime, we can simply walk inside.
The baptism of a newborn is a solemn moment, doubly so. A new life joins our flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation. Natus ex sanguine est, alitur sanguine, et in sanguine morietur. Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei. Amen.
저거요. 저 머리를 한 이유는 뭘까요?
Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe.
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken.
Am I? Perhaps. Perhaps. My memory
아,
isn't what
신과의
it used to
교감이라고?
be. Come with
머리카락이
me.
신과의 교감을
I'll
방해하는
take
거예요?
your confession.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah. So you deem your conscience clear?
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to. But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent.
인물 그래픽은 거의 완성된 것 같은데 엄청 좋은데요.
Included. I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
나는
What
왼쪽에
we saw right
피창만
here
좀
was
어떻게
just one of many
바꾸면
cutscenes we recorded for the game,
물론 뭐 어떻게
which
만들어야 되나
smoothly
이런 건 잘
transitioned
모르겠지만
into a dialogue
너무
scene.
슴슴하지 않나?
We use cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore. Like this blood baptism. Creepy, isn't it? The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop. Remember, Cohen may be a human during the day, but he turns into a vampire at night and has a different set of skills at his disposal.
낮에는 인간,
And
밤에는
this
뱀파이어로
is
변신하며
just
다른
one
기술을
variable
사용합니다.
that affects our quests. Depending on when you tackle a particular quest, what choices you've made earlier, whom you befriended, or whom you've angered, your gameplay and story experience will be very, very different. So each quest is a complex structure with multiple possible paths
나
leading
저런
to
거
the
좋아하긴
end
해.
goal. We maximize
근데
players'
이게
freedom
이런
and
말이
agency,
되게 번지르한
offering
말이
you
되게
a
많아요.
narrative sandbox
뭐
to play in.
당신의 선택에 의해
I
세상이
wonder
바뀝니다.
what
이런
secrets may be
말들은
concealed up
많았거든요.
there,
근데
just
이제
beyond
어떻게 나오는지
Cohen's
봐야 돼.
reach. And how do we get there? It's impossible to do during the day, but come night, it's an entirely different story. Let us explain what we mean by taking our current quest as an example. During the day, we got inside the cathedral without any problems, since it's open for all to see and Cohen doesn't yet stand out from the crowd. The scaffolds, though,
낮춰봐.
are outside of his reach. But climbing them won't be a problem for the vampire,
아,
who
뱀파이어
has
바로
many
지붕
more
타버리는데요.
exploration abilities at his disposal. Bear in mind,
피도 세 칸
Cohen has
됐어요.
not completed the quest yet. What's more, there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story. It's worth mentioning that narrative sandbox also means that we may completely abandon this quest and follow a different path to defeat Brensis. For today, we're focusing on the
예전
gameplay
그
part, so let's see
트레일러처럼
how we could tackle this
뱀파이어는
particular
지붕으로 많이
quest
돌아다닐 겁니다.
during the night. We're starting right after dusk as a vampire on the rooftops of Svatro. Right now, we have 22 days left to complete this goal. This counter is always displayed and you'll be warned each time it's pushed forward. So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a resource you'll be spending than a racing clock.
오른쪽 위에
As a vampire, you'll see and
시간 제한이
experience the world from a
22.
different perspective. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let us show you what we mean. This is Shadow Step, a unique vampiric ability allowing Cohen to jump to almost any place within his reach. Now, let's take a good look around using the focus mode.
이게 스토리랑 관련이 있는 거 아닐까요? 그 이제 스토리
This
트레일러 보면은
ability
동생이
highlights
뱀파이어한테
objects of
물리거든요.
interest and blood.
그래가지고 그거 구하고
And
이런
there
거
is
관련돼서
something
있을 것
right
같아요.
here. This time it's just some items to grab, but on other occasions, who knows, you might come across a hidden quest. Looks like our health is quite low.
미쳐 센스.
This is because as a
근데 미쳐
vampire,
센스
your
같은 거
health
있어요.
bar
저거
also
없으면
represents your
불편해하는
hunger
사람 진짜
level,
많아요. 길
and you start
찾기라든지
each night
뭐 이렇게
thirsting
특정
for blood.
아이템 표시라든지.
Remember, you have to quench this appetite in order to make full use of your vampire abilities and rein in your monstrous nature around NPCs. Otherwise, you may end up draining someone important, which may lead to
지붕끼리
unpredictable
날아다니는 게
consequences.
조금
We'd better
아쉽네.
feed
나는
them.
붕붕 뛰어다니는 게 더 나을 것 같아.
Maybe on someone who
싸울
is
때는 이렇게
standing
순간
all
이동하는 건
alone,
괜찮을 것 같은데.
like this drunkard.
이게 붕붕 날아다니지.
Let's grab him and use Voracious Bite ability. Unless you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink. You can drain just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them.
오.
And if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures.
아니 물기의 양을 조절할 수 있는.
Finally, we are at
뱀파이어
the
게임들이
cathedral, but it
대부분 한번
seems to be
물면 다
closed for the
죽이거나
night,
이랬는데
and the
이거는
entrance gate is
적당히
well
물 수가
guarded.
있네요, 그죠?
Let's find another way in.
오케이. 그러니까 저 피라는 자원이 스킬 쓰고 이럴 때 쓰는 걸 테니까 체력하고
Shadow
같은
Step is not the
느낌이잖아.
only vampiric ability you're gonna learn during your playthrough.
뭐 약간
Cohen
그럴 수도
can
있고.
also use plane shift to scale walls and
남자요.
even
저게
ceilings
남자가 아니고 이제
smoothly.
밥이지. 오 뭐야?
This will allow us to explore
요거
every nook
살짝
and
멋있네.
cranny of the
어.
cathedral.
요거 살짝 멋있다. 벽 타는 거 살짝 멋있다.
To blood.
Better be quiet.
You shall become Kenya's prince.
Is that Warrior's Xanthe?
He's
What the hell is she doing here?
아까 도망가더라고요.
진짜?
시민. 경비병한테 걸리면
Is that a
싸울 수도
ritual
있는데
for the
시민은
blood gods?
도망가더라고. 와 귀신이다 이러면서 도망가던데.
You shall want for nothing. You
They're covering up the old paintings.
only
Why?
shall remain.
One of the workers must have left it.
1인칭,
Seems that the
3인칭이요?
cathedral
아직까지는
complex
잘
is quite
모르겠어요.
big.
일단은 3인칭 뒤에 게임이 될 거
cloisters in a
같고
courtyard.
조사나 이런 거 할 때는
The
1인칭으로
entrance to
볼
the
것
crypt
같은데
could be anywhere. Won't get anything done just standing around. Still,
This was a scene
이게 첫
investigation.
플레이
A
정보라
mechanic
가지고
we used to zoom
여기서
in on
유추해봐야
and
될 것 같아요.
showcase key
나온 게 잘
clues.
없어요.
This time we had a chance to learn more about the vampire's plans. Looks like they're keen to cover up
그러니까
the old
어쌔신 크리드 같은
frescoes,
느낌도
so
나고.
that's something we could take a look at.
어쌔신 크리드가 이래나 저래나
This way
지붕
we
타고
could learn
다니고 이런
more
거에
about
거의
the
원조
cathedral's
격이니까
past.
가시감이 그죠? 비슷해 보일 수밖에 없다.
Looks like we aren't alone here. Underneath us, there's a
차라리 이게
group of
낫겠다.
blood
만약에
gods,
그막 파쿠를
soldiers
하면서
hooked up
벽
on
잡고
vampire
기어다녔으면
blood,
더 그럴 수도 있겠다.
which makes them stronger. And one of Brances's vampire allies. It's Xanthe, the oldest vampire in Vale Sangora, and quite a powerful lady. Let's descend and check what's going on.
Don't think I don't see you skulking in the shadows. Come out. You're interfering with my task. Who are you?
it doesn't matter.
Very well. I don't have time for interruptions. Let us dispose of him. Quickly! You've withstood it. Fascinating.
Cohen is using his claws to attack when in vampire form. Blood guards are dual-wielding opponents. Their
검
attacks
사용 안
are
하네요.
pretty strong. Of course, even when fighting with claws, combat is still directional. Don't worry, Cohen can still use his sword as a
이게
vampire.
패링이라기보다 지금 보면 저 캐릭터 아이콘을 주시해야 돼. 싸울 때. 저 노란색으로 검 모양, 방패 모양 보이죠? 저거를
Only
이제
after
방향에
defeating
맞게
all three of
방어하고
the blood
공격해야
guards,
된다거든요.
Xanthe deems Cohen
전투가
worthy
별로 안
of the
지루할 것
challenge,
같아.
and she descends to face him. She uses her blood control powers to cast a multitude of attacks,
그러니까
like her
무조건
blood
타이밍
whips
맞춰 누르는 게
that
아니고
hit
이제
Cohen
방향을
from
맞춰.
left and right.
이렇게 왼쪽 공격하고
Xanthe is
위쪽
protected by a
맞고
powerful
오른쪽
vampire
맞고 이렇게
ability.
위 맞고 이렇게.
Once her stamina runs out, Cohen will have an opportunity to strike and deal some damage. But be careful, cause Xanthe is quick to counterattack, and she will also try to restore her blood. Meanwhile, look at the indicator just below her health and stamina. It's a timer for the boiling blood skill that you've seen in the CGI
그러니까
trailer.
토하너나 이제
So, if
마블
we
같은
don't
느낌.
hurry, the timer goes down to 0, and Cohen will eventually explode. And we're dead. Remember, we were only mid-game here, and Xanthe is one of the game's
직사기입니다,
most
직사기.
punishing enemies. Defeating her right here and right now is very much possible, but it would be hellishly difficult a fun challenge for hardcore players. Otherwise, we could load the game and explore the cathedral without drawing her attention. Or try to get to her while she's not surrounded by bodyguards. Xanthi, like all other vampire allies, has her own questline. Explore it, and you can learn more about her past, motivations, and maybe even try to reason with her.
일단은 생각한
What you
거대로
do is
나와서
entirely up to you. Remember, our design principle is the narrative sandbox. There is no difference between main quests and side quests. There's just different stories that you weave together into your own unique adventure. But that's coming in 2026. For now, I'd like to thank you for